crazy pickup in downtown Houston, right at the convention center where they were doing an agricultural display and all that. So I'm picking up display items. Also got to do the meet the family at the Riverwalk in San Antonio for my daughter's Army graduation thing. And how do you load an oversized agricultural spreader onto a drop deck? On this episode of
the Clutch Trucker Channel.
Clutch Trucker, filmed before a live and fuzzy studio audience. Yep, that's Rusty, the world famous meatball dog. Hey YouTube, Clutch Trucker here. Thanks for tuning in to another edition of the Clutch Trucker Channel. Alright, sitting right downtown Houston adjacent as I'm picking up, a load supposed to be coming from the George Brown Convention Center. And so I had to check in at they're calling it the marshalling lot, which is Lot C for Minute Maid Park, where the Astros play. Picking up convention stuff. It's going up to Minneapolis for a Monday delivery. Today's Saturday, the 2nd here of March. So yeah, I found the lady over there to check in, and now she gave me the number to put up in the window, so now it's just a waiting game. I have no idea where we're going from here. It looks like this has been or will be an agricultural show. Lots of ag equipment and tractors and stuff here in this lot. Yeah, I'll show the video coming into downtown because we come right by Minute Maid Park, which you can kind of see from over here. I'll take some shots of that here in a minute. Did get to spend yesterday with my family. They all flew down for my daughter's graduation from BOCL. What does that stand for? Basic Officer Leadership something. Coordination, I don't know. But it's an Army thing. So we got to see her graduation from that, which was cool. We got to go down to the Riverwalk in San Antonio, so I got some cool pics and vids of that. Had a nice dinner at the Del Rio Mexican restaurant. Been there since 1946. So I got some stuff to show on that. But I thought this might be interesting here. Like I say, I'll show the video getting here. And from where I sit, you can see downtown. You can see the top of Minute Maid Park. Right there, as we're waiting for the light. Look to the right, there's Minute Maid Park. We're gonna go past that and to the left to Lot C and wait. Alright, so I was parked on the side of the street, and then some asshat comes up to me after about 2 hours or so and said, "Well, we got a baseball game going on here. You can't park here. You're blocking this lot." Blah, 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 blah. You know, sounded like a dog. And I said, "All right, look, you got to move. Well, where am I supposed to go? I couldn't get into the Lot C where they told me to go. I'm having to park here on the street. Well, you just gotta move, and I'm like, look, buddy, calm down. Okay, where can I go? Oh, well, you can park on the other side of the street. You weren't blocking anything over there. Okay, why didn't you just start with that? Why did you have to be a jerk? Some people, I tell you, just had an attitude from the beginning. I'm like, I will happily move. Just back off, you jackass. So got moved to the other side of the street, cooked some tacos for lunch. Luckily, I got food in here and everything, so thank God for that, and the toilet. Because I sat there for 7 hours until they called me for a door. Over 7 hours. Now, there was a drop deck in front of me, and this was an agricultural show, apparently. And so those big spreaders, where the arms come out, and they fertilize the fields, and they have the real skinny tires so they can go down in between the plants and everything. Well, the drop deck in front of me was about to load up one of those, and that's kind of interesting. Let's look at this. Oh, now this flatbed that was waiting in front of me, they're running out a giant agriculture spreader. He has a drop deck, where you drop it from the front side so they can roll up onto it. Let's save these videos. It's happening right in front of me. This will make some good video. So they're about to drive onto it. He was out there extending he dropped the deck, and it was extending the side, things on this flatbed, so it looks like it's going to be an oversized load because the wheels are wider than the trailer. And so now they're having to drive it up on there exactly right, and then he's got to strap it down. Yeah, so this is interesting. Yeah. Yeah, if it weren't for those extenders coming out, you wouldn't be able to load that. Alright, they just got it driven on there. Very interesting. And now they got to drop the ladder, kind of like something from Star Wars. Look at this. The ladder comes down. Yeah, it reminds you of Star Wars, doesn't it? So the guy who drove it on there can get back off of the darn thing. Then the truck driver backs up to connect the front part of the drop deck to the back part of the drop deck, and they can get down the road. Yeah, I thought that was all very interesting how they did that. So anyway, finally, after over 7 hours of sitting there waiting, I had called, and the broker kept calling, "Are you loaded yet? You loaded yet?" "No, I'm not." Well, they finally called me to go over, and then I had to go over back under I-69 over to the convention center, and that was thrilling. All right, here I am checking in with the guard there. Had to give her my name, phone number, blah, blah, blah. And then I got to follow this little guy. He says 13 initially. He goes pulling around, and he goes over there and looks up and goes, "Oh, no, you need to go into 14, 1-4.
That way.
Okay. So we followed the guy around, and again, you see that curb thing to the left? I can't even make it around that. And I go as best I can. I've got to stop and back up right there so I can make it in and try to make it past that black truck and back into the dock. All right, this is where I had to back into. So they put all these docks here, and they made them all blindside. Why? Because when they built this convention center, obviously nobody talked to a truck driver. And then you have all these pillars here to the left, and cars parked there, all where we need to try to get ourselves set up to get into this freaking dock. So yeah, about 7 hours, and they finally called me to back into a door. All right, so there's the dock I was in, and of course then they made me come out and watch them load everything so I could count it, blah, blah, blah. It was supposed to weigh up to 40,000 pounds according to the Raycon, but it doesn't weigh anywhere near that. It's got to be maybe 25, 30,000 at the most, which is nice because that'll help on the fuel economy. And I'm supposed to deliver Monday between 8 a.m. and 4 p.m. Thank God I have a window because they took all day. It was 1,200 miles from where I picked up all the way up to Minneapolis. So this is going to be a tight one. So I'm going to have to run a full 11 hours tomorrow. Probably only make it up to like Cameron, Missouri. Tonight I'm parked here at the TA Express in Fairfield, Texas. Never been here before. Tonight is Saturday night, Saturday night, the 2nd of March. And we'll go to Cameron tomorrow, shut her down, and then we'll have to finish it on Monday, and hopefully I'll make it before that window ends. So I don't have another load booked until Tuesday, thank God, that picks up at 3 p.m. that gets me back towards Cheyenne. Well, it actually goes to Denver, delivering at Kroger. Baked beans, Bush's baked beans, and then I'm going to pick up the lignite again on Friday, and hopefully at least do that for a couple of weeks to get back on that loop. What do you think? All right, so the whole reason I had to make my way down towards San Antonio was for my daughter's BOCL, and I've looked it up here. It's Basic Officer Leader Course, the core component of training to all commissioned officers in the Army, blah, blah, blah. So she'd been there since just after the beginning of the year, in January, and was graduating from that. She's still going to be there another 2 weeks, but the graduation ceremony was Friday, the 1st. So the family flew down for that. I said, I can't afford to make it back home and fly down with you and to fly back, so I need to keep working. But I found loads to get me down there. I took that Utz load of the cheesy balls. I got cheesy balls. Down to a couple of Walmart distribution centers. Spent the day with the family, and we got to go to the, after the graduation thing, go to the Riverwalk. First, here's a couple of photos of the happy Army graduate. Yeah, we went down to the Riverwalk in downtown San Antonio. Really cool. My wife and I had been there years and years ago, before we ever had kids. And it was really neat. It's a really neat little feature in San Antonio, historic district. And they have this river that goes through there. They have tour boats. Check this out. everybody was pushed off of that one. No. Anyway, and we had lunch, or dinner, I guess it was, at Casa Rio. And it's right there on the little Riverwalk thing. So you got to eat outside right there along the Riverwalk. Very cool. Aww. So got a little history kind of thing and fun in San Antonio. Of course, they all got to continue to do stuff in San Antonio. They went to the zoo and they went to the Rainforest Cafe today while I was sitting here waiting, just picking my butt for 7 hours. And you never want to do that for any length of time. What do you think? So finally got loaded. Here it is, about 10:30 now on Saturday night. I'm in Fairfield, Texas. Like I say, at the TA Express. Got a shower there, so now I feel a little more normal. Got my cleaner shirt on, so we'll head up to Minneapolis on Monday, and then I pick up another load on Tuesday. Like I said, Bush's Baked Beans that goes back towards Kroger in Aurora. I hate that place. They always take hours and hours and hours, but I don't have to pick up again until the next day in Glen Rock, Wyoming on Friday. So even if they take a while, well, big deal. And then I can run through the house, hopefully dump some laundry, pick up some clean clothes, run to the grocery store, restock the truck, get all set to keep moving and making the money, yeah. As crazy and up and down and stressful as this job can be at times and everything, with every day, am I going to make money? What are the rates going to be? Yada, yada, yada. What's the fuel going to be? Ass wagons pulling stupid moves in front of you all the time, constantly. After I got loaded and finally driving back north, I'm on the phone with my wife and I'm like, Jays. And she's like, what? And I'm like, oh, just some other asshat almost ran into me. You know, where most people anymore, that'll happen and they're like, oh my God, I almost got hit. Anymore with me, it's like, oh yeah, almost got hit. You know, par for the course, baby. But because of things like today, other than having to wait all day to get finally loaded, interesting to go places like downtown Houston and go right by Minute Maid Park and get to see this convention center. Again, why did they make that blind side back? Because they didn't talk to a trucker. But anyway, that's kind of interesting. And then watching a drop deck load up an oversized agricultural spreader. That's cool. You don't kind of see that stuff every day. Most people never see that kind of stuff. So that's why I like this job. I still see a lot of interesting things and new stuff all the time, because it's amazing the different kind of stuff you'll end up carrying. Like I kept doing that cereal load. Well, now I'm going to be bringing Bush's Baked Beans out of wherever it is, Wisconsin. Oh, I think it's Augusta, Wisconsin. I've seen those loads before. I've never taken them, but this time Coyote is paying me really well for this one. So willing to do it and willing to go have to sit at the Kroger at Tower Road in Denver, Aurora, technically, a while on Thursday, but at least then gets me home, sets me up for the lignite again, and then hopefully the cereal again, and the lignite again next week, yada, yada, yada. All right, well, thanks for tuning in for that one. Look at this fur over his eyes. The poor dog can't even see. It's grooming time. That's better, isn't that, Rusty? Yeah? You're waiting for your bacon strips? Yeah, they're coming, baby. Thanks for tuning in. Please subscribe. Please like and comment. Get your comments as soon as I can. Sometimes takes a few days because I'm a working truck driver. Clutch Trucker on Instagram. Clutch Trucker on Twitter. Ring that bell for notification, by the way, so you know when the new videos come out. Clutch Trucker 5 on TikTok. And as always, sniff that magic YouTube fairy dust. Clutch and Rusty, out. Tire World. Yeah, Lou, this is Charlie Donovan, the general manager for the Cleveland Indians. How'd you like to manage the club this year? I don't know. What do you mean you don't know? This is a chance to manage in the major leagues. Listen, Charlie, I got a guy on the other line about some white walls. I'll have to get back to you. All right, is there something you want? What? Is there? Is there? What is it? Is it bacon strips? Is that it? Yeah? All right, silly dog, there you go. Ah, yes, happy dog. Eating his bacon strips. You got it. Happy dog look. Come on.